Graad 12, kom ons gaan kyk na nog gemengde voorbeelde by rye en reekse. And this example tells us that the sum of the first three terms of a convergent geometric series is 21. And the sum to infinity is 64 on 3. Determine the first three terms of the series. So let's firstly write down the two formulas that's applicable. The sum of formula, en dit gaan nou wees vir 'n konvergerende meetkundige reeks. So die formule wat ons gaan gebruik is 'n meetkundige som van formule 1 minus r tot die mag n op 1 minus r. En die ander formule wat ons gaan gebruik is die som tot oneindig, en die som tot oneindigse formule is gelyk aan a op 1 minus r. Good, we use that formula, that's way around, because we are equaling it to the sum of infinity, and that one is that way around. So ons speel slim. So die eerste ding wat hulle sê, die eerste drie terme. So die eerste drie terme, we don't know anything else. It's the first three terms of a converging geometric sequence equals 21. So we can equal it to 21. And the other thing they say is the sum to infinity is 64 on 3. So that's the first thing that the two things that we can write down. En ons kan hulle vergelyking 1 en vergelyking 2 noem. This is the equation number 1 and this is the equation number 2. So these two we've got to solve simultaneously, want daar is twee veranderlikes. So ons het twee vergelykings, twee veranderlikes, so ons gaan dit gelyktydig oplos. Kom ons kyk gou-gou, hoe kan ons a op 1 min r alleen kry? Let's take this equation and we take this bracket to that side. Nou weet ons as ons kruising en afvuldiging doen, dan kan ons hierdie onder die lyn invat, so ons kan net daai 1 minus r tot die derde mag, wat hier maal is, hierdie kant toe sit, dan word hy deel, and then we've got a on 1 minus r on that side. So ons het net daai deeltjie daai kant toe gebring, en daar sal sien ons in ons tweede vergelyking that piece equals 64 on 3. So now we can simply substitute that into the place of that, because it's equal according to our equation number 2. So we do substitution, substituting that into that, and then we can solve. So that now equals 64 on 3, and now by means of cross multiplication or simply cancelling, let's do cross multiplication. So it's 3 times 21, give me 63, and that's 64 times 1 minus r cubed. So let's just quickly see. So now we can multiply this out. 63 equals 64 minus 64 r cubed. So ons kan nou hierdie ouetjie, kan ons na hierdie kant toe bring, dan word hy 64 r tot die derde mag, en daai ouetjie daai kant toe, dan word dit 'n minus, so that equals 1. So now we can get r cubed as 1 on 64, so that will be the third degree root of 1 on 64, and that's going to be a 4th. So ons het dan vir r, that's a quarter, so now we can put r in any one of these equations to get the value of a. So let's put it in that equation, that's going to be easier. 64 on 3, a 1 minus a quarter, and that gives us 3/4. So we've got 64 on 3, and 64 times 3/4, then you can get, you can take that to the other side, then it becomes multiplication, and then you can multiply with the reciprocal to get A equals 16. So nou kan ons die eerste 3 terme, ons kan die eerste 3 terme van die reeks gaan neerskryf. Die eerste term is 16. Dan maal ons dit met 'n kwart, tweede term is dan 4 en dan maal ons dit weer met 'n kwart en die derde term van die reeks is dan gelyk aan 1. Okay, let's look at the next question. They say that the sum of the first three terms of a geometric series equals 52, and the sum of the next 3 terms equals 1404. So we've got 2 equations exactly like this. So let's insert the info that we've got. The sum of, for the first 3 terms, equals 52. So we could write this as the first 3 terms. That gives me 52. And then the next 3 terms give me 1404. So we can write down the sum of the first 6 terms as 52 plus 1404, and that's going to equal the sum of the first 6 terms. Want as ons nou terugdink, hierdie sê hulle is die som van die eerste 3 terme, en dan sê hulle die som van die volgende 3 terme na die eerste 3 is 1404. So daai plus daai is die som van die eerste 6 terme. So now we can add this up. That gives us 6541, and that equals A on 1 minus R and 1 minus R to the power of 6. Okay, good. So now we can also do solving simultaneously. We've got 2 equations over there. Let me just do this quickly. We've got 2 equations. This is our equation number 1, and that's our equation number 2. So let's arrange this 2 equations so that it's equal. So let's take the 52 part. We divide it with 1 minus R cubed, and that equals A on 1 minus R. We do the same over there. It's 1456 divided by 1 minus R to the power of 6, and that equals A on 1 minus R. So these 2 are exactly the same. So it means those 2 must be exactly the same. So you can equal them. So ons sê 52 op 1 minus R tot die derde mag is gelyk aan 1456. 1 minus R tot die 6de mag. So nou kan ons kruis vermenigvuldig. Ons kan sê 56 times 1 minus R to the power of 6 equals 1456. 1 minus R to the power of 3. And now, what we can do is we can factorize this. Is the difference between 2 squares. So we can factorize that. It's 56, 1 plus R to the power of 3 1 minus r to the power of 3. So that's 1, 4, 5, 6. 1 minus r to the power of 3, and because that's on both sides, it can be cancelled. So now we're left with 56, and we can take this to this side, then it becomes division. 1, 4, 5, 6. That gives us 1 plus r to the power of 3. So that gives us, if you divide 56, it could go into that. Just quickly see, did I do it correctly? 1 cross multiplication. Okay, we've done that, we've done that. So, ek het dit verkeerd omgedoen. Must be 1, 4, 5, 6 on 56. Because this is on this side, so that must go to that side. So it's that stays on this side, this goes to that side, so it becomes division like this, and that equals 27. 28, that equals 28. So if you take the 1 to the other side of the equals to, it becomes a minus, so that equals 27. So therefore R equals 3. R equals 3, and now we can determine the value of A. If R equals 3, let's put it into that equation. It's 1 minus 27 equals A on 1 minus 3. So 50 is minus 26, so that equals a minus 2, and therefore A is going to equal 4. So now we've got A as 4 and R as 3. If you want the first 3 terms, you can just simply multiply it. The first term is going to be 4, then 12, and then plus 36. Okay, next examples.